Monday Night Football Countdown Show, buy low wrap-up show from week number 8. We'll talk more about buy lows. What do you do with all these players? CeeDee Lamb to the moon, buy low season closed. We'll talk about all that and more. We've got some news to go over, some Monday Night Football action to get to, and we'll handle all that. The Fantasy Football Show begins right now. Hit that thumb up button, file on in, smack that like button. Make sure you subscribe if you're new. You know, we're growing this thing. Be a part of it. Be a part of the movement. Hit that button. Let's go. File on in.
Live from the FantasyFootballShow.com studios. It's the Fantasy Football Show. Live! Monday through Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern. Smitty is also live whenever news breaks.
Live whenever news breaks. Live after games. Live before games. You know it. Let's hit this news real quickly. We've got a number of pieces of news that are very important and vital to your fantasy football endeavors this week. We've got Deontay Johnson potentially looking like he's going to be traded before the deadline. That's what Schefter thinks anyway. So more on that. We'll put that piece of news right here. We've got this one here. Jameis Winston is the starting quarterback going forward for the Cleveland Browns, as he should be. What a monster he was in his 2024 debut. Brian Thomas Jr. report came out earlier that he's going to miss 2 to 3 weeks. Then this report from Doug Peterson says he's day-to-day and a chance he could play this week. So some overreactive Rodgers reporting on him being out 2 to 3 weeks, although it could develop into that. But it doesn't sound like that's the case right now. Diggs, we're awaiting MRI results. Could be a torn ACL. Could be something less severe. We'll know more on Diggs once the MRI results are made known to all. And I'm refreshing X right now and checking the status of a lot of different things. So as I get information, I will be posting it. Jordan Love, his injury is not appearing to be too severe. His groin injury, it's a strain. MRI revealed the strain, and he's day-to-day, not week-to-week, meaning there's a real good shot he plays in week number 9. So hang tight. Derek Carr practicing on Wednesday is the optimistic outlook, and he could play week 9. So good news for everybody New Orleans Saint related. You know, Alvin Kamara, even Olave. Anthony Richardson, when asked if he would start, Shane Steichen said, we're evaluating everything. So we'll know more on that. We've got T. Higgins. T. Higgins quad is day-to-day, not week-to-week, so good chance he could play this upcoming matchup. Christian McCaffrey update. Shanahan said he plans to open the 21-day window of return. Week 10, they got a bye week this week. Week 9, the Niners. Week 10, everyone's expecting him to be out there in week 10. How much run will he get? Tough to know. They're going to do some simulated practices here in the bye week and see what's up. Shanahan said he's expected to get Juwan Jennings back after the bye week. Again, the Niners have a bye week in week 9. Temper your expectations for McCaffrey in week 10, though. DK Metcalf is looking optimistic for week number 9. He's day-to-day, not week-to-week. That's great news for DK owners. Buy low on DK. He'll be one of the best buy lows of the week. Deebo Samuel will also be a great buy low because, remember, Ayuk's out for the season. And, you know, while Deebo's getting banged up a lot this year, ribs, oblique, illness, he's day-to-day. He's not week-to-week. So understand that, you know, after the bye week, he should be good to go in a great buy low. Bryce Young, maybe he starts week 9. We'll find out more. Not that matters too much, but actually it does, because with Bryce Young, Chuba is not the same player, etc., etc. Shanahan also said that Jordan Mason may have been able to return in week 8. Thanks, Shanny. Appreciate rubbing the salt in that wound. Oh yeah, he probably could have played in week 8. Mason's not done. Don't drop Mason. Okay, because if this thing goes awry with Christian McCaffrey, Mason is going to probably get first crack, but Grendo, they're a must-cuff situation. And piggybacking off the already talked about Anthony Richardson situation, he has the lowest of qualified quarterbacks over the last 20 years based on a number of attempts. He has the lowest completion percentage in, I guess, NFL history, 44.4, above Tebow, Jamarcus Russell, etc., etc. All right, here we go. We've got trade CD and Ramondre for London and Tyreek. I'd rather have CD and Ramondre by a hair. I do expect this to maybe change. My DK and Dell for his Justin Jefferson. I would take Justin Jefferson and run. TP, appreciate you with this trade question right here. JD5, Kyron, Monty, Mason, Amon-Ra, St. Brown, Cup, Parasol, 5 and 3. Should I trade Kittle for Tyreek? I would. I think Kittle's playing out of his mind, but I would take the chance. You got Ertz and Fant in potentially in the situation. You could get Ertz and be okay. I think Tyreek's gonna be good. This is a first down and 10. Game is just beginning from the 30-yard line. Russell Wilson fakes the handoff, rolls to his right, and throws a first down pass to, who was that? I have to say, it feels very crappy. I feel like a bad person rooting against Russell Wilson right now. I'm angry that the way Tomlin's handled this thing. I don't want Tomlin to be enabled and be vindicated on a move that was not necessarily the right move. That's just how I feel. I think Fields got shafted. I think it was garbage how this thing was handled, especially the support. If he would have supported Fields the whole way, it would have been different. But for him to be as excited as he was when Russell won and not when Fields won, it just showed how invested he was in one versus the other. How much fab to get Cedric Tillman? I think at this point, walking into week 9, I'm fine with full load drops, but you need to know the history of your league. If full load drops are not required for ad drops, if the highest dropped is 40%, and you don't think you need to drop 100% on Tillman, don't
initiate full load.
Don't do a full load drop. But I have leagues where I have to do it. I can't really answer that question for you. You got to answer that question based on the history of your league. Like, go look at the last handful of weeks. What was the biggest amount percentage-wise someone dropped, or the biggest dollar amount? And I'd probably follow suit with that. Jones, Mooney, and Purdy for CMC and Waddle. Aaron Jones, Mooney, and Purdy. I'd take CMC and Waddle, assuming you don't need even Purdy. Like, this is a no-brainer. Like, you take the gamble on CMC in that kind of situation, my guy. Easy, bro. The Tomlin hate is real? Of course it is, because the guy makes absolute... Okay, Najee's looking spry. He looks like... It almost looks like someone sat down Najee and said, if you don't run for 100 yards tonight, we're going to cut you. Because Najee's looked completely different the last handful of weeks. He looks really good. But it's all lining up just perfectly. Now all of a sudden Najee's playing great when Fields is going out. All of a sudden Tomlin's, calling... This is a different offense right now. And it's not just because Russ is in it. It's frustrating. It's not about a 4th round pick. Daniel, stop that. This whole notion that they're worried about giving up a draft pick and they got to get Fields out. They could care less about that when it comes to wins and losses, bro. No one's thinking about a draft pick. My JSN for Myers, drop Ray Davis for Tillman. Yeah, probably, but keep an eye on Ray because, and I'm not saying Ray's the guy I want to cut necessarily, but in that situation, in a vacuum, I would say go ahead. Oh, Daniel's joking. Okay. Well, a lot of people say it, Daniel, with conviction. They're like, the reason they got rid of Fields is because they didn't want to pay the draft pick price. It's like, come on. Okay. Here we go. It's 1st and 10. Marching down the field. Najee's ripping him. Oh, that's not. That's Warren. Is that Warren? That was a nice run by Warren. Jeez. Look good. That's the kind of guy that's the kind of player we thought we'd see in the from the preseason. I don't know what happened to him. Maybe he gets into his groove here. Warren's still in the game. He looks fantastic. It's not just Najee. They've been running the ball really well. They look tough. The offensive line looks good. It's good play calling all of a sudden. Warren, tough runner. I hope Warren does get back on his horse. I hope Warren, who was a moon man, I hope proves us right at the end of the day. But he's had a dreadful year. Dreadful. I tell you, dreadful. JSN or Myers? JSN. All right. Trade Connor. Russ rolling to his right. Wide open in the end zone. George Pickens. Good for Pickens, man. Flag, though. Offense coming back. Repeat, second down. The Giants really are bad. That's the other thing, too, though, is like, I know we got a whole, okay, Russ looks good. The Steelers look good. Maybe this is the right decision, but this is the Giants. Let's keep that in mind. Oh, yeah, he had a hand on his face mask. I mean, I could have thrown that ball to Pickens. Trade James Conner plus Reed for Breece. Give me Breece Hall, baby. All day long. Quincy, appreciate you. All right, Russ in the gun. Warren to his left. 4 wide receivers. Handoff, little draw play. Warren's great for those draw plays. They want to get Russ one more, shot, get him closer to a manageable third down. But 3rd and 20, it's going to end up being a field goal. Russ in the gun. Warren again to his left. Little dump off to Warren. Warren, a little shake and bake. No. 4th down and 11. Here comes the kicking unit. Way to go, offensive line. Take away Pickens' damn touchdown. 4-4, 3-game losing streak. JD5, Kyron, JT, Cup, BT, McBride, Waddle, Tank, Mason, package Waddle, and Tank for an upgrade. Sure, but are people really going to pay? Are you going to be able to go get a Tyreek Hill? Are you going to be able to go get a DK Metcalf? I would try guys like Hill, then work your way down. DK, Nico, missing a game still, maybe. You never know. If that owner that has Nico is struggling. So I definitely would consider that. Obviously. Debo, DK, those would be good moves. If you want to go RB, not a lot of RBs left, my guy. There just aren't. I mean, you'd have to go Waddle for Pacheco straight up. You'd have to do. The running back windows have closed. That's why we had the buy low lists every single week. There's still going to be some good buy lows this week, but I don't know a lot of them are going to be RBs, bro. The RB buy windows are pretty much closed. Trade Mike, Kyler, MHJ, and Hunt for Lamar, Tyreek, and Brooks. I would take Lamar, Tyreek, and Brooks and run. Very easy call. Yes, sir. Thank you, Jackson. Appreciate you. Burgers or tacos? Probably tacos, bro. Just got done with a food challenge at a new restaurant in town. I'm hurting. What were you gonna? What did you need to do, Sick Nasty? Oh, 36-ounce steak. I could do that. It depends if it was good. If it melted in your mouth kind of steak, but if it was like a piece that you had to chew 15 minutes a bite, then I'm out. I could do it. I could do a 30-ounce. Now you throw in a bunch of soda and mashed potatoes and all that. It kind of changes the game. Is Mechie a stash? Yeah, I'd say so. Let me go through the news real quick. Let me search through Twitter. We got 305 people in here. I know the game started, people bailed, but I want to hang out a little bit longer. Diggs is not expected to play Thursday. That's the only news we really have on Diggs. More to come on Stephon Diggs. Hang tight. Jordan Love, again, very minor injury, it sounds like. Should be able to play. Neighbors gave autographs to every Giants fan pregame. Attaboy. All right, let's see what Neighbors and the boys and the Giants have in store. Wouldn't that be nice to see a 7-3 game? Giants after a drive here by New York. I don't know if I'm that optimistic, but I'd like to see it. Could Fields get traded to get rid of the drama? I mean, possible. Giants return this kick to about the 30-yard line exactly. 29.5. Here comes Daniel Jones. It's wild to me when people even argue that he's a good quarterback. Does he have some good attributes? Some. Yeah, but you're never winning. You're never winning playoff games with Daniel Jones. You know. So what's the point? Hand off to, I believe that's Singletary back this week, right? Puts a damper on Tracy. Dable is on the hot seat. It sucks because I like Dable a lot for certain reasons. He's obviously a bad decision maker in terms of like locking down Daniel Jones and thinking that there was promise there. But when he does have a good quarterback, Dable is very good for that quarterback. Is Singletary, is he even back today? We got a couple of super chats here. That looked like Tracy. That looked like Tracy in the game, which is good. Tracy's better than Singletary. Singletary's not bad, though. He's very underrated. I think Singletary's back in the game right now. Okay, they're rotating him. Fergie for Warren or Javonte. I'd probably take Javonte, I suppose. But, yeah, I mean, it's nothing to... I'd almost want to do some bigger deal to get a little bit better player, like a Chase Brown. Trade JD5 for Amon-Ra. Who are some buy low wide receivers? Hill, DK, Debo, Nico are probably the top ones, bro. Waddle to an extent. JD5 for Amon-Ra in a 1 QB, sure. You know, assuming you have a quarterback still. Daniel Jones throwing a missile downfield. That was a nice ball there, Daniel. I mean, he's an NFL quarterback. He's able to throw the ball. That was a good ball. Well, yeah, it was a good ball. Slayton made a nice little grab. He could have hit him better in stride, though, to be honest. Okay, we got Neighbors at the top. I believe that is Slayton on the bottom. Little screen pass to Tracy. Nice little gain. Tracy's a good ball player. He's 25 years old, I think. He's so old for a rookie. He's got 2 years left. His rookie year. He's got 2. Imagine being like, we're going to draft that kid who's got 2 years left as an RB. Yeah, trade JD5, assuming that's a 1 QB league. If it's a super flex, hell no. And, assuming you got a quarterback. Trade Andrews for $40 fab. Trade Andrews from, you mean for $40 fab? Yeah, I would probably take, I don't know. At this point, I'd probably take Andrews because I don't know what fab. If fab's going to get you a specific player that you can now bid up that you want, Like Tillman, if it's needed for you, I could get behind that, I suppose. But I think Andrews is looking like he's coming around. And I just think that if you do a more complex trade, you might be able to upgrade like a wide receiver slightly, but into a receiver that you really like. You know, upgrade, let's say, a shaky Waddle into a much safer player, like in Waddle's territory, by giving up Ferguson or Andrews or something like that. For any of you that are trying to dump that extra tight end now, I don't know that I just dump them. The tight end market's very bleak. Well, Daniel, that's why quarterbacks throw the ball down to the ground. When the whistle blows and the ref calls the play dead, and you're holding the football, you're gonna get bumped. You know, so he acted like, why'd he hit me? Throw the ball into the ground. You see the best quarterbacks in the National Football League, the Tom Brady's, the Aaron Rodgers, they'll snap the ball. If it's a dead play, they'll throw the ball into the ground so that the defender knows that you don't lay me out. I mean, this is why Daniel Jones is Daniel Jones. Bobson, appreciate you. The $9.99 hauler, 12-man half PPR, 7-1. Congrats on that. And I want to upgrade my running back too. My team is Kyler, Caleb. 3rd and 12, not going to cut it, 5 yards short. Here comes the kicking unit, unless the Giants want to get crazy. My team is Kyler, Caleb, K9, JK, Bigsby, ETN, Dowdle, CD, Cup, Terry, BT. The thing is, Bobson, again, I'm not trying to like be a downer here, but the buy low running back season's like pretty much coming to a close. There are opportunities. Pacheco's one. Kamara's one. Walker's one. There aren't a lot of other opportunities to go get RB. So Pacheco, Kamara, Walker, let's just use those as examples. And we go back to your question. We see something like a scary Terry for Pacheco. Look in something like if you need an RB bad enough, you might have to overpay him. Terry's very solid. You could use BT. He's banged up. I'd probably at this point right now rather keep Terry over BT. So try BT for Pacheco. Try Terry for Walker. Terry for Kamara. If I've got to throw in a Javonte or a Dowdle, of course I would do that. JK, I maybe throw JK in. These are moves that get you, in some cases you're paying a little more than you want, but get you into an RB. And really one of the last final buy low RBs in those three guys kind of qualify. King says 6-1 after this week, best season. Yeah, this is the best. This last week or this current week we're still concluding here. Week 8 was probably the best week we've had all year for sure, and maybe one of the better weeks for the Fantasy Football Show. The Fantasy Football Show has had some, great seasons, some big weeks. This is probably the best week out of any week we've ever had. Just absolutely smashing left and right. There were like maybe 3 major things that didn't go right out of like, dozens and dozens of big calls, I'll be 7-1 after tonight, says Sean. Nice job, Sean. Doing it live, bro. All right, hey, let's take a couple phone calls and then we're gonna come back tonight after the game.
Call into the show. Call into the show.
Dial into the Attic.shop phone line. The Attic.shop, where you get your amazing movie apparel. Do it live. Do it live. Do it live. Dial in. 707, what is your name and where are you calling from?
Hey, Smitty. Name's Josh. I'm from San Francisco.
What's up, Josh?
I have been making about 15 trades this year,
Attaboy.
And I'm trying to keep it rolling. So I was basically able to turn Pittman into Mixon, which is probably my proudest achievement. But
that's
I'm
damn good, bro.
Thanks, man. I'm trying to turn Worthy, McMillan, and Tillman, doing a 2-for-1. And I'm thinking targeting like Olave, Metcalf, seeing if I can get anyone to kind of bite on their kind of like last 2 weeks' performance.
Say the two players again, or the players you're trying to trade.
Yeah, I was trying to offload Worthy, Tillman, and McMillan, as well as Keon Coleman. Just your take on who you think the highest value for a 2-for-1 would be.
So I think Tillman and Coleman are the guys that are going to get you something. I don't know that anybody's going to buy into Worthy yet. I don't know why the hate is so strong. Probably because it's tied to Mahomes' ups and downs. So I would say hold Worthy unless somebody comes to you and they want him. I think he's a good player to hold and sell. Just depends. I think Tillman, he's very exciting. I think a lot of people wish they picked him up. So you got some allure there. Coleman's going crazy, but I don't know that I'm trading Coleman unless I'm getting something I really value. So what were some of the players you were looking to go get? The guys that would come to mind obviously would be Hill, Kamara, and I don't know that you're getting, these guys for these two players, but these are players that I'm trying to target. You said DK. Yeah, if I could get DK for both of them, I'd do that. Debo.
I was even thinking, like, I have Debo. I was thinking about doing, like, Higgins or Olave with Derek Carr coming back soon. I think Olave is going to pop.
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm fine with that. There is a world where Coleman's as good, though. I'm not saying, or even Tillman. I'm not saying I wouldn't rather have Olave. I'm just telling you, don't be surprised if Coleman continues to just thrive. But I would probably rather have Olave. He's a higher value receiver. I would probably rather have DK. I would definitely rather have Collins over all of them. Najee ripping one to the left. Jeez. Pittsburgh's running all over the Giants, man.
Well, appreciate it, man.
Yeah, try Collins.
Okay.
But
yeah, I already got Nico. I'm pretty stacked. I'm just trying to consolidate and level up.
Yeah, Olave, DK. You got Debo already, and Hill, and I don't know that I don't know that Tillman and Coleman are enough. I'm just saying I'd try those, but I definitely would consider throwing in, like, let's say a J.K. Dobbins or something in with one of the receivers or something to get it done if you've got a spare running back. Because problem is there's not a lot of scenarios where someone's taking 2 wide receivers for 1 wide receiver. A lot of the time people want a running back and a wide receiver for the wide receiver. So consider that.
Well, yeah, I'm just leaning on people that don't have depth and being like, hey, look, the sum of these 2 parts is more than your O'Dunes. And that's been worked pretty well.
All right, later, bro. Appreciate you.
All right, thank you. Bye-bye.
Lucas from Cali, you're live.
Smitty, what's up, bro?
What's up, broski?
Doing good. So, I got a position right now. So I'm trying to get rid of Reed. I know he's more of a buy low, but I need an RB2 of a good value. Do you have any? Because I know Kamara. I saw Pacheco, of course, but I need a win now. Do you have any recommendations of an RB2 I can flip him for?
Real quickly, this is Russell Wilson's second. I know he threw a touchdown to Pickens, but there was holding on that, so it is what it is. This is his second failed, first and goal situation. So now we're settling for 2 field goals. I'm just saying, like, this guy is going against the Giants. It's 3-3 already. It's not going to be 6-3. I'm just not as impressed as everybody else seems to be. Go ahead. I'm sorry, bro. Reed for what? What were you thinking?
No, I'm thinking Reed for a sneaky RB2 that could, pull a little bit of a low-end RB1 type of numbers. I was thinking Dobbins, but wanted to get your thoughts on some sneaky RB2s.
There are no sneaky RB2s to get other than, in my opinion right now, Kamara, who is running back 1 appeal, so he might not be someone you can even get. But Pacheco is a real strong candidate. Walker is another one. Reed could have got this earlier, though, bro. I don't know that he's going to get this any longer, this kind of return for you. Reed was coming out of week 1 and 2. You could have got stuff like this. But right now, like, who's going to go get Reed when... What did Reed have last week? What did he finish with? Or this week, week 8? What was his line?
7.5 points for...
But what were the stats?
I think it was 2 receptions for 55 yards.
Yeah.
Got it.
I'm not saying don't try. And I'm looking at the RBs right now. James Cook was a buy low last week, especially on the Patreon when we talked about that. So if you're not on the Patreon, you're missing out on even more content. We talked about this to go get them immediately before the game kicked off. This is Saturday evening. So make sure you get on over to the Patreon. For those of you that are not on it, it's basically just live chatting. It's a live chat app. If you have a start bench question or trade question, you just open up the Patreon. You click on the chat room. You can talk about it in general. You could go to the trade chat room. You could go to the game day lounge right here where everybody does the start bench advice. Everybody's in there right now. When the game ends, we're all going to file into game day lounge. The rest of them become ghost towns when a game's going on. And you could literally be like, hey guys, who do you think I could get for this? And it's a live chat. It's the YouTube live chat group. Like basically our YouTube live chat in the Patreon. And you also get audio live streams. They're like Twitter Spaces, which every one of them is posted as an article. And at the bottom of the Patreon, you'll see chat or posts or whatever, articles. And that's all the Patreon is articles and live chat. And so if you click on the articles, you'll see the replay of the audio live streams. Whenever I do, when there's a replay available for replay, whenever you want. So if you miss it, you don't really miss it. You just replay it. And in there, we're talking about going and getting James Cook before it's too late. James Cook is no longer available. Kamara, Pacheco, Jacobs, can't get him. Walker, like I said, possible. Aaron Jones, maybe. You know,
I was about to ask about Aaron Jones, actually. Do you think, because Reed right now will probably not get him, but do you think it may be worth considering putting Kupp on the line for Aaron Jones, just for that bye week?
No way. No, I wouldn't.
Right.
Stevenson, maybe. But that's risky.
Chase
Brown, yeah. Chase Brown.
Okay.
You know, Bigsby didn't have, Bigsby and ETN together, if you can get both of them, is intriguing. But, yeah. Biggs
It's a good look.
and ETN. But
I'll take a look at those. I think those are possible.
Yeah, try Pacheco, bro. Pacheco's my favorite buy low running back right now.
Got it.
All right, later, bro.
Cool. Appreciate you, man. Thank you.
Deuce. Deuces. Tracy ripping off a, 12-yard run? Flag on the play, of course. Damn, Tracy's like, hey, man, I only got so much time left. I'm 25 years old. Let's just put it on the line. Let me drag the whole entire team on my back. Screw them knees. I got 2 years left. I'm a 24-year-old rookie. Just everybody climb on. Let's wear the meniscus down to the bone on one drive. Climb on. Machine says, how many of you didn't listen and sat MHJ? I spammed you all to play him. I started. You didn't tell us. We told you. Okay, Machine, you didn't tell me to start MHJ. I told you. I told you.
Mashed potatoes.
Yeah, buddy.
Tank for Hop. Tank for Hop, a good idea. No, keep Tank. You are a beast, Smitty. Thank you. Appreciate your super chat. I'm sorry it took me so long to respond to that. Daniel Jones in the gun. Hands it up to Singletary. Oh, no, Tracy. It's Tracy again. That 29 and 26 look very similar. Tracy's doing it. He's doing it well. Crushed it this week, mashed potatoes. Good job, bro. We all crushed it this week in general, bro. It was a fantastic week. Fantastic week. All right, guys, we'll be back after the game to recap, go over week number 9, dig into it all. Don't forget the waiver wire is up here. We always show the waiver wire every single day on this channel. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday. All right, deuces. Come into my live stream and try and tell me you told me about MHJ. I told you about MHJ. I came in here and told you about MHJ. Don't come in here and tell me about MHJ. Don't come in here and tell me about MHJ. You know what I'm saying? You're embarrassing yourself, bro.
Chan. Chan is the man. His haters call him small.
But he is 9 feet tall.
Chan is the man.
He's Kyron, he's 7 feet tall, and he knows how to handle a ball. He's Kyron, he can take frowns and turn them upside down with his touchdowns.
Got him. Get whammed. Get whammed. Get whammed. Get whammed. Your Bijan card has been revoked. Got him. Get whammed. Get whammed. Got him.
You raise me up.
Wanted. Wanted. Cause they're wanted. Dead
dead or alive.